Have you heard of Mercedes rolling out new side pods as part of a major update for the W14 Formula 1 car? Let's see how the new concept goes for Mercedes. Mercedes have shared their plans for April, with Chief Technical Officer James Allison sharing his plans as the 8th time they plot their route back to the top of the Formula 1 summit. The Australian outing was stronger for Mercedes, where Lewis Hamilton finished second and his teammate George Russell led the race after a tricky campaign start in Bahrain and Saudi Arabia. Mercedes is now looking to carry the momentum from Melbourne to their next race in Azerbaijan, and they aim to close the gap to championship leaders Red Bull and to pull away from their best-of-the-rest rivals Aston Martin and Ferrari. Besides the wrong path of its 2023 F1 car, Mercedes has been eager to emphasize a shift in how a car looks and a proper philosophical step change. Earlier this year, the chief engineer Andrew Shovlin admitted that the team had been worried about linking the word concept to its side pods, and said that perhaps the word concept would mean side pods. The car has been an evolution since last year, and they had side impact structure, and now the company is looking for bigger departures to get the performance they like. He also said they know that other areas of the car need to be improved, and if they put a different-looking side pod on the car, all gaps will vanish. He concluded that most of the gap will come from the performance areas. But the area where the design went a bit down was that Mercedes' zero pods were not the critical aspect of the car concept. They were just one element of a holistic approach to where the team's downforce was delivered. Moreover, the Mercedes team boss commented that they were looking optimistically to the future and needed to put the design in a different window. Furthermore, the company released certain areas of improvement, such as the bodywork of the car and the floorworks. Apart from that, Wolff said that by offering more background on the development shift, they headed in one direction last year and wanted to have it work. The concept worked, but now coming out this year, he realized that the idea was a dead end. Wolff was then asked about the Mercedes car and whether the model would resemble Aston Martin and Red Bull, and gave a humorous response. He said that he didn't know about other designs and that in the end the design would resemble a double-decker bus and was planned to complete quickly. One rival team evaluated the Z-Road idea due to its tremendous potential in seeing the peak downforce levels that can be produced from a larger area exposed, especially if the car could run super close to the ground. However, the team backed out from the idea since achieving such downforce levels in the real world is difficult due to floor flexing, bumpy tracks, and the risk of porpoising. In this respect, last year the company paid the price for chasing peak downforce by running the car close to the ground and could not deliver because of bouncing. This year, Mercedes is coming with a new concept chasing downforce with the car as high as possible, and quickly found it hit an aerodynamic performance ceiling and prompted the concept shift. When talking about aero, it not only means the shape of the car and the bodywork, but also how we use and control the car and how we evolve and set up to work with the aero package. Some of the aerodynamic performance comes from visual elements like wings and side pods. The biggest advantage is how airflow is managed beneath the car and through the diffuser. Now you understand why rake and its ride platform are critical. When aerodynamic upgrades are brought to a car, it doesn't mean the team is working on a new concept aiming to build a car to extract maximum performance. The entire design is a developing picture. Every step of the design and manufacturing process helps in a good learning curve. For every lap completed by the model, it helped the team to build and understand their development. And as a result, a car combined with hundreds and thousands of ideas moved from its initial launch to crossing the line at Abu Dhabi. The entire concept can be divided into three concepts: the Red Bull-style downwash solution, the Ferrari in-wash solution, and the Mercedes Zero Pad. However, the car concept is something different from what we physically see on the track, and is the theory and understanding of what all elements are to produce the fastest possible car. The boss also said the idea is to learn as much as possible, faster and more deeply. So when Mercedes is about to take its track at Imola, the final output won't affect the design concept. The company is working on a simulation loop and routines that allow them to race on the weekends, which means the car landed in the right place. Baku will play the first F1 sprint of the season, and Allison explained why it's a big deal. He said the sprint would reward the teams with money and ready to go on qualifying, since the time is compressed. Both Lewis Hamilton and George Russell were trying to extract performance from the car and have targeted performance that would give the drivers more confidence. The entire team is working in the drawing office to bring mechanical and suspension components to help the car balance and make it drivable. After a single victory in 2022, it was a great surprise for many that Mercedes remained faithful to the slim side pod philosophy. And the former F1 driver and Sky Sports pundit Martin Brundle admitted he expected a silver arrow. With only 2 games at the end of April, following the cancellation of the Chinese Grand Prix, the team will get a lot of time to develop and bring new upgrades. It is a big question whether Mercedes can introduce a new concept, even though McLaren will do it in Baku on April 30th. Fans have been eagerly waiting for new upgrades and hoping to close the gap on rivals. Wolff clarified that it's not a panacea for all the troubles, and the new concept of zero pod design would be the key to their resurgence. He also said that the new design is not a magic potion that can solve all their problems instantly. The struggles of Mercedes were evident at the Baku City Circuit and finished second to Red Bull. Most teams insisted that the position was difficult to overtake. George Russel was the driver, and the results left Mercedes with a big task to reclaim their title. However, Wolff remained optimistic, focused on future rides, and believed that the company could fix the issues. He also said that the endless Red Bull domination makes the competition unpredictable. Mercedes is currently in 3rd position in the construction standings and 67 points behind the leader, Red Bull. The direction in which Mercedes is moving can be comfortably labeled as mysterious, whether it will be good or bad. The 2023 season has started, and what is immediately evident to them is the pace of W14. They had a lot of hope in the no-pod side pod design. The company plans to invest further in the outcome, and the executives knew the drastic changes needed to happen sooner. The members kept their direction straight, and now the goal is to be competitive in 2023. One of the biggest weaknesses of Mercedes is its rear suspension, which is going to witness drastic changes. And this is the same part that keeps the AMR23 from performing better and closer to Red Bull. The team announced that they are ready to move on with the new design, hence the rear suspension needs to be updated before the Imler. Moreover, the company is looking to test the new version in the race before the Italian Grand Prix, such as Baku and Miami. The upcoming GP is supposed to be very interesting since it contains a sprint race, and the upgrades can seriously affect the lap timings. The new design is also aimed at frequently playing the British anthem after the race in 2023, and as part of the change, James Allison was brought as the technical director of the team with Mike Elliott. However, his involvement with the team will be minimal since he had a huge imprint on how the car will look after Imler. We hope you all enjoyed this video. If so, don't forget to like and subscribe. See you in another video. Have a nice day.